everybody, we're going to go through a really nice lower body self-care session today. So it's going to be about 10 minutes long, a little bit more involved than some of the shorter stretching videos that we've done. But hopefully at the end of it you'll be feeling nice and loose, particularly the hips, legs, into the lower back as well. Just going to be getting you moving, really focus on good quality movement and hopefully feeling ready to go. And maybe if you've got a workout later, this will be a nice primer for that too. So follow along, so just join in along with me. What we're going to begin with is something called a hamstring sweep. So you're going to take a step forward and then you're just going to sweep the hands by the floor. You change the feet over and do the same on the other side. Now don't worry about the range of motion. If you can't quite get down to the floor, then don't worry. But what I want you to do is remember how this exercise feels, okay? How far you're able to get down. Can you, sweep past your ankles? Can you get your knuckles down to touch the floor? Because we're going to redo this at the end once we've done all the other exercises. So we're going to see if we can improve your range of motion and how everything feels once we've been through the sequence. So if you have been sat at your desk this morning, then you're probably going to feel a little bit stiff, a little bit achy perhaps, and hopefully this is going to get you loosened up. So, second exercise is something called a sumo squat. You're going to take a slightly wider than shoulder width stance, toes pointing out a little bit. From there, we're going to push the knees out and we're just going to sit down into the squat. We're not worrying about going too deep to begin with. What we're focusing on is sitting back and pushing the knees out to the side. So you're going to feel that stretch in these muscles, the adductors, these muscles on the inside of the leg. And with each repetition, just try and go a little bit lower. Couple more reps. Really stretching out. Okay, so just shake the legs off. We're now going to go into a prayer squat hold. So what you're going to do, you're going to place your hands together. You're going to squat down and put one elbow on each side of the knee. Okay, on the inside. You're then going to use the hands and the arms as levers to push those knees out to the side. And if you can, you're going to sit right down into it. But if you just need to start, in this sort of half squat position, that's absolutely fine. Just spend a little time sitting here, pushing those knees out to the side, feeling that stretch. Just relax into that stretch position. Hopefully as you do this, you should be sinking a little bit lower into it. Just be careful. Don't force the range of motion, just what you're comfortable with. A few more deep breaths. And then sit yourself down. What you're going to do is you're going to lean back a little bit, hands on the floor, good posture, lift that chest. You can have your feet just outside shoulder width, and then you're going to drop one knee down in between to nearly touch your foot, and then switch the other way. Try and keep the chest up. This is focusing on mobilising at the hips, just getting everything loosened off. Just take your time moving your hips for a nice range of motion. If you can't get the knees all the way down to the ground, then don't worry. Just working the range of motion that you're comfortable with. As I've said in previous videos, then spending some time on the ground is really important. We don't do enough of it as adults. So spending some time sat down, moving about, has loads of benefits. Okay. Now what you do is you're going to sit nice and tall, feet together, and pull the feet in. And then you're going to grab your toes and you're going to try and sit up nice and tall. And just let the weight of your legs pull them down. And again, feeling that nice stretch on the inside of the legs. Deep breath into your belly and just relax there. If this is a little uncomfortable, what you can always do is just take the feet out a little bit and you can hold on to your ankles and just work within the range of motion and the positions that you're comfortable with. It should be a slight stretch, but it shouldn't be painful in any way. take your time there. Right, in this seated position now, we're going to go into a glute stretch. So this is one of my absolute faves. Cross that foot over, grab the left leg with the right arm, and then pull this knee up to your shoulder. And if you can, turn into the stretch a little bit and feel that stretch through the glutes. If you're pulling the left knee up, you're going to feel it in that left glute, right through the side of your hip. And then switch over, same on the other side, pull that knee in, grab it with your arm, and pull across, turn into it if you can. You'll feel that stretch through the hip. Nice deep breaths. Okay, right, now pop yourself on your back, feet together, knees together, arms out to the side, push the backs of the hands into the floor, and then gently let the knees move from side to side. Again, just within the range that you're comfortable with. It shouldn't be painful, it should just be a nice, gentle mobility exercise, just getting the hips moving. By having the arms out to the side, you can get a little bit of a chest stretch thrown in there for good measure. And then come back to centre, and we're going to do some glute bridges. So squeezing the hips up, pushing through the heels. And we're going to do 10 of those. So 9, 8, Okay, and then just pull the knees in and just relax there. Just roll your ankles. And you just relax. Let yourself sink into the floor. Roll those ankles, get those loosened up. And then gently bring yourself back up to standing. What we're going to do is just going to repeat that hamstring sweep again from the start, and I just want you to see how it feels, and hopefully should feel a little bit looser than it did 6 or 7 minutes ago. So step in front and then sweep. I've definitely got a little bit more range myself, so hopefully you did too. We're just going to finish off with 10 of these on each side, and that's been a nice quick sequence of exercises that I know when you're busy and you've got, you know, all sorts of things going on, family, all the rest of it. But, you know, if you take that 7, 8 minutes, hopefully you'll feel the benefit. Good for the mind as well to get up and get moving. And if you've got a workout later today, hopefully you'll get a bit more out of it as well, having primed your body and got loosened off. So, that was a self-care lower body day, really important stuff. Feel free to throw that into your day. You could even do that every day, keep yourself in tip-top shape. See you soon.